Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm sorry, turn my
I
light.
can't see your
Um,
face.
because I decided you're gonna hate me, but I don't have no clothes on.
You don't have any what?
Clothes on? Can I grab
So
a
why you
t-shirt?
call me with no clothes on?
Can I grab a t-shirt really quick?
Go get a t-shirt. Y'all be watching me bucket naked? Y'all don't like to wear clothes, y'all. Y'all just be free watching me, huh? Y'all don't want no clothes on, huh? No clothes? No?
You know what kills me with this? Already in the beginning, she's been doing this show it's almost been 4 years. April will be 4 years she's been doing this show. And you still got women coming up here never ready, but yet you're the one who pushed the request button. What up, man? Oh, go ahead, Real. Go ahead, Real.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say,
Go ahead,
and
bruh.
she. I think she's used to it. Can you hear me? I just want to make sure you can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Presentation. They have to press join. They watch this show, and I'm gonna believe she gets new fans, but I'm pretty sure that even knowing like there's a possibility that she won't pick you. Why would you not be prepared at least for the time you have to be on that show? Why would you be naked? Because that is kind of weird that they just be naked and they like, and then now because you picked her, now you have to sit there and wait until she puts a shirt on.
Right.
That it said, look, as much as we want to ignore these core values about people, presentation for a female speaks mountains. I'm telling you, these are the little things that matter in a relationship. She's looking for a man, or she's looking for a chance to meet someone that's compatible, but she's not even prepared. This is I don't just look at the story. I look at the characteristics, and I think that if you have a value system, whether you're on a dating site or in real life, you're gonna act accordingly. Someone said like on my panel about this. Oh, it's the internet. People just do what they want, and it's not taken serious. Well, that's the problem. People don't take relationships serious. They don't take meeting people serious. They don't take none of this serious. But if I meet a woman off this show, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, she seems to be like this great person. I want to be able to feel confident enough to be like, oh yeah, I met her on Kendra G. I can go watch it. You know you're gonna get nosy family members and friends, and they're gonna see a woman. The first thing she's saying, "Oh, I'm naked."
Right.
Yeah, but that's all. That's it.
It's been this is almost, well, April will be 4 years. Kendra been doing this show, brothers, and still women still coming up here inappropriate or never they're never ready. But let's go ahead and continue.
No clothes. She had no clothes on. I want to know how y'all watch me with no clothes on? How you watch me? You don't be cold? Where you live? What's your name, boo?
I'm Jenny,
Where you, Jenny? Where you live,
North
Jenny?
Carolina.
So what's the weather in North Carolina? I want to know how y'all can be walking around your house with no clothes on and not be cold.
Well, because I have my heat on and I'm comfortable naked.
So you was completely naked,
No, I had a bra and some shorts on.
but that feels best for you.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
you just FaceTime people. This is a FaceTime over 5,000 people watching. But put your bra on. Put FaceTime with your bra
I'm sorry.
on.
I'm a little
Let's
different. I'm
let me
sorry.
leave you alone. I really do, but I do want to understand the mindset because I'm like, how do you push a show that over 5,000 people and more will watch this if I make you a highlight with no clothes on? I would be nervous that if you get selected, they're gonna see me bucky naked. That's what happened. Jenny, how old are you, honey?
I'm 34.
34. What you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Nurse. You have any kids?
I have a 2-year-old son.
Okay. Why you not with the dad?
Um, I was a house. He wanted me to be a housewife when we first met, and I decided to kind of change and wanted a career, and he didn't want that for me, so he gave me an ultimatum, and it's to stay at home and be a housewife or leave and have a career. So I left.
Now, brothers, before she even gets in depth on the whole situation of her being a housewife, I've told you, brothers, this so many times. Women that claim they want to get married, the only thing they want is they want the ring, they want the wedding, and they want the title of being a wife. That's it. When it comes to the responsibilities of being a wife, they don't want that because it becomes boring for them. Because women cannot do the same thing every single day. They will get bored. I'm sure that this man that she was with was probably a lot older than her, and she's going to state that he was older than her. Now, here's the other thing that I'm going to point out. Kendra is going to give her a little bit of heart to heart, but when it comes to a single woman and a married woman, it's not the same. It's not. And there are single women that will tell you, "Hey, let's go have fun." But I'm gonna go ahead and unless did you want to say something real?
Yeah. I think the only time it becomes an issue with women, and I think one of the issues is what you just said. They want the title, but they don't want to put in. They don't want to have the responsibility and duty of it. And I think another issue is that whatever she wants to do is going to
Mhm.
interfere with what his expectations for a wife is. So if he wants her to stay at home, obviously there's things that he wants out of her day to day. Because one of the main reasons most men want a housewife, if they can afford it, is because they work all day and they don't. When they come home to a woman, they don't want her to have the same frustrations, uh, uh, problems, irritableness, and he just wants her to have the peace and calmness that most men want in a relationship. So when he comes home, he doesn't want to hear that she has the same issues day to day. She's tired, she's frustrated. Have peace in yourself. You're going to look for things to fill that void of unfulfillment. So if you're in a relationship with somebody for a long time, it's supposed to be a beautiful thing. You're supposed to be building and growing. And you should, for the most part, understand the responsibility and duty day to day. If she's single, she's still gonna have to fold clothes every day because they always make it seem like you're washing clothes every day. There's some things you might have to wash day to day based on what you got in your house. But when they say the income and providing, oh, you want to be able to go to a new restaurant every week, you want to be able to go this spot, that spot every day. Um, if he sets you in a position that most people can't have anyway financially, he's this is kind of annoying,
You
and she
English
might have a
don't
good,
understand. You
yeah. This
English
is
don't understand. Okay.
what?
I don't know.
Can you cook?
Don't.
This is language don't understand. Okay.
Do you understand kicks? So this is where, you know, she's gonna regret this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Based on that statement, she's gonna regret the whole circumstance of what her issue was. She looked at marriage or the duties as an obligation, and if you're looking at the
Mhm.
duties and the responsibility in a relationship as an obligation, you're gonna be just like her. But if you're looking at it as an honor and a privilege, you're gonna look at it completely different. It won't be a problem. And that's the difference between fulfillment and boredom. When you feel obligated and it's consistent, you're gonna get bored and you're gonna be unfulfilled. But if you think it's an honor and a privilege, you're gonna love folding those clothes. You're gonna be like, I'm in a circumstance. But I
Right.
think people like her let others' opinions influence that too. Social media, all these other things. I'm gonna talk about that on Monday too, bro, about the influence of like social media. But that's
Okay.
all.
Oh, we're going to, and actually we're going to get to that because the influence, because Kendra right now she's kind of giving her a heart to heart, but once the not the host, once the young lady starts getting into her story, watch how Kendra switches up. Let's continue.
I mean, I understand. I think women should have their own coin to some degree, right? I guess, was there a conversation about maybe you going to work eventually? Wait, is your child by him?
Yes,
So when did you guys get divorced?
a year ago.
So you got divorced when your baby was one?
Yes.
And when
Well,
did
my
you
son
start?
is
Huh?
he's going to be 3. He's going to be 3.
Got you, got you. So do you guys co-parent well? We'll leave it at that. So I guess
Now, she didn't even answer the question, so I'm sure that there's some type of turmoil. And this is what I'm going to assume because she didn't speak on it at all. I bet you that she's probably kind of holding that her child hostage from him. That's hopefully they're in the same state because she's going to speak on where she came from before. But brothers, this is why I tell you that these women they only want the bells and whistles. They don't want the responsibility. They don't want to be a wife. They just want the title. And she's showing that there. And I tell you brothers all the time, y'all better either if y'all actually I say this, I don't think any of you brothers should sign that marriage contract. You should still make a woman your wife, but not by the American standards, because they're going to hurt you in the long run. Over 80% of women are filing for divorce, and she's the one who filed. It wasn't him, because it takes a lot for a man to actually file. It's the women that are filing because they know what they're going to get. So I bet you the reason why they have a issue with uh co-parenting is because I bet you it has something to do with money. I'll put money on it. But let's continue.
I guess why was it an ultimatum for you? Why didn't he want you to work at all?
He's just one of those alpha guys who just wanted to lead, wanted to be. He was just one of those type of men. And I like in the beginning it was cute, like okay. And then after a while it's like, can I have $20? Like,
Brothers, keep that in mind what she said about leading. She liked it. He was an alpha male. I want you brothers to keep that in the back of your head. Let's
If you're
continue.
talking Slim, you're
Oh,
muted.
oh, brothers, I keep forgetting about that. Brothers, keep that in mind. That what she wanted. Well, I already said what I said already. It's still recorded, so. But do you have anything real?
Yeah, and we're seeing it right now. When you're hearing a man say, "Oh, I like my woman to be at home. I don't want her to rely on, being responsible for important bills and stuff like that. You get to be, they don't hear a relationship. They hear, I get to do what I want. And, it shouldn't be that hard to maintain a house and whatnot. They don't ask questions. They don't ask follow-up questions. They pretty much fill those holes with their own imagination. And
Right.
that's where it gets really difficult in the long run because you're telling yourself, hey, I never probably experienced this. I never even had this type of guy. And I noticed she said an alpha male. Well, I would say, it's traditional. And when men get into detail about why we even want that, it takes a lot of stress out of you because we know what type of stress it gives us day to day when we're working and we're dealing with this and that and that and this. So that gives you more room to be at peace when it comes to just, you know, being under me. But I don't think she, I don't know if they mentioned her having a father, and I think Kendra G has. I think she should mention the the parents involved in these women because you'll get a better understanding. A lot of these women that are raised in a single parent home without a father, they will look at the idea of what they imagine being a stay at home mom rather than the fact that you're gonna have to be at peace with yourself. You're not going to if you feel like I said, if you're feeling your fulfillment with going out all the time, vacations, stuff like that, then you're never going to be happy. Everything's going to be like an obligation. You see what she just said? At first, I thought it was going to be cool. Okay, I don't have to worry about nothing. But then when she had to ask him for money, it's like, okay. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that wasn't an issue either, Slim. I think it became an issue when they started arguing, when they
Hmm.
started having problems. Because then when you're arguing and you know you still got to ask him for a couple of $100, it's different than when everything's going good and you know he's like, "Oh, babe, can I get this to go here?" It's different because
Right.
then now it's like she's gonna feel like, "Oh, he's trying to now I gotta still come to him." But you know that's all.
Yep. And brother, she is going to state this later that all of this, she's only been married for 3 years. She's been with the guy, I believe, longer than that before she got married. So she knew all of this, but yet she still got married to him. So more than likely he proposed, and she said yes. So she was already with him. Was he doing this stuff before, or was he doing this stuff once they officially signed that? Once the ink dried on that contract. That's the question. But let's go ahead and continue.
I didn't have a credit card. I didn't have anything. It was like,
And he
and then
wasn't giving
so
it to you?
he,
Oh, he wouldn't. I didn't have like a credit card that you could just go to
it
the
was
bank when you wanted to.
it was a limit. It was a limit, and the limit was very low. Once again, and I understood why. But it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me.
Okay, this is interesting because I have so many women that are praying for that life. They come on the show, they want a provider, they don't want to work, and that's what they say. And I like to hear this version to the side of the story. Listen, I come from a career woman. Now I'm an entrepreneur. So I believe in having your own money personally.
Mhm.
So I think the challenge becomes, when you get married, is what you agree to. But at the same time, you got to honor
I
how you
got you.
feel. And, I wish you guys could have figured out a way to work it out. But
Go ahead, bro.
The reason why this is why I liked when Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels would have said, "How much was the limit?" All 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 Kendra wants to do is make her point about her lifestyle. And yes, I agree. If she feels like she deserves more, because this is where financial literacy comes in. This is why people spend above their means with things that don't even mean much in your life as far as material things. And if she thought being able to get her nails done and all stuff like that is important in a relationship, that says a lot about it. She's basically saying the amount of money she's getting was a deal breaker essentially for why it didn't work, along with whatever else was going on. She said she didn't just like folding clothes all day. She and I think that's disrespectful too, Slim, because I think that when you're married,
Hmm.
how long do you think it took for them to get married before it became an issue? Because obviously it had to be going on long enough for her to feel like, she could marry the guy. So this is the things that I think Kevin Samuels will ask. Well, you know, how long was you dating him before you got married? If he was dating this man for a couple of years, and, Kevin Samuels said, well, when did you establish this form of relationship where you didn't have to work? He would have broke it down.
Right.
See, and I think Kendra's doing what I said women do. They fill in the holes in the story with their own imagination. Kendra G's assuming that this girl was literally getting $5 for this dude to go buy little things, and she couldn't really do anything. And that's the way she's saying it too. But if you ask her specific things, she's not gonna. It's not gonna be. Well, what do you? Kevin says, what are you trying to get? You don't have the things you need in your house, and this is where the women start looking ungrateful for what they're getting.
Right.
Kendra G only cares about making her lifestyle look relevant today. Kendra G, you're 45 and you're single. Stop trying to stop trying to add your lifestyle to the picture. you're not happy, Kendra, and it's clear. So that's it.
Exactly. And y'all brothers will see that how Kendra starts to she kind of flip just a little bit as she gets more into the story. Let's continue.
But I guess you couldn't.
No.
Okay. Well, let's keep going. So Jenny, so you became a nurse when?
So I was originally was a medical assistant in California, and then we moved to North Carolina. And then when we first came out here, maybe about a month into it, we realized it was like a no-go. And then that's when I just started to do like all the programs and certificates and stuff like that. So I've been um, on it for about a few months now.
Okay, a few months now. Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius. My birthday's February 7th.
Aquarius. All right. So this is Jenny, North Carolina, mom to a 2-year-old by her ex-husband, and you're officially divorced,
Yes.
correct? Okay. She's a nurse, 34, Aquarius. All right. Well, what kind of man are you looking for now, honey?
Don't hate me for this, but I want somebody that's a little bit lit and turned up. My husband was boring. I know, don't judge me. Don't do that. He was super boring. We didn't dance. He didn't like music, like a little ratchet music. He didn't let me wear tight clothes or anything.
Brothers, I hope y'all heard that word that she used, boring. Now, and Kendra is going to kind of flip a little bit, but let me not flip in a bad way, but it's going to be kind of be on her side. But let me tell you something, brothers. I don't, even though the stats show that the reason for most divorces is finances, that I just don't believe that is true. Because if 80% of let me rephrase that. If 80% of American women are the ones that are filing for divorce, did I say that right? 80% of divorces that are filed are by women. Do you think that the majority of them are about finances? I'm telling you that most of these women are doing it because they are bored at home. They don't want to deal with the same man. They don't want to continue doing the same thing. They are tired, brothers. They don't want to be housewives. And look, this is a prime example. She wants somebody that is ratchet, that's going to have fun. She wants one of them thug niggas. So she could, because women are addicted and they are attracted to chaos and confusion. And by the time they turn 45 and their body is looking like jello or jiggling like, I don't even want to even say jiggling like jello because that might be a good thing. When gravity takes place on their body and everything starts to sag and even their looks is not what it used to be, that's when they kind of get in a right state of mind to where, dang, now I want to be taken, but it's already too late. But
Uh, this is mental health 101 right here, Slim.
mm,
When you don't have the proper guidance and instillment growing up,
mhm,
this is what you find happiness in. And like I said, she just said he wouldn't let her wear tight clothes, dance, and stuff like fun. This word fun is a destruct. See, I've never noticed that word. Even when I thought I understood what it meant, when I hear women they put it in its own little category because then they'll say, "Oh, I like to go out, I like to go on vacations, and I like to have fun." More than not, they're putting this ambiguous meaning of fun in its own little category. So there's that word right there. I feel like now it's that void. It's something to keep them preoccupied. What's up? You feel me? It's something that it means a lot. And the fact that the thing that this is why she felt a little shame in what she's about to say because it contradicts the issue. It contradicts what women are claiming they want because she says, I want him to be lit.
mhm.
She's 34, saying, I want a man to be lit. Who cares if he doesn't dance? Who cares? Who cares? What do you want to video record it and post it on Instagram and say you and your man dance together? He can take you anywhere. You can dance right in front of him. You like dancing so much, go get a stripper pole, get in the living room, and dance in front of him. She just wants to be seen, and she wants her friends. Look, you know what? I'm gonna pit her. There's a one episode on this show where the woman was telling the truth about what women really want,
Mm-hmm.
and Kendra kept saying, you can see the look on Kendra's face. She said, "Women don't want to say this, but women are selfish. Women want a privilege in life for whatever reason, and they don't care about nobody else."
Selfish.
Like I said, when you don't, and I'm gonna say this: when you don't value men, everything else in life matters, and this is why they're divorcing these men. Everything else matters more. I'm not going to take away the fact that she said, I was a stay-at-home mom. He didn't want me to work. It wasn't an issue. When they got married, it became an issue. Dancing, asking for money, an issue. She ain't say nothing good about this man.
Nothing.
She ain't say nothing.
Nothing good.
That says a lot. She values everything else. She said dancing. My ex-husband was so boring dancing. That was enough to divorce him? Because he doesn't dance?
Don't forget a part.
You rather be on this show looking for a man rather than being married to a man that doesn't dance, and he's financially capable of supporting you, but you just can't buy weave every week. This is crazy. That's all.
Hey, brothers, that's why I tell you, brothers, I'm just gonna I know there's brothers that probably want to get married. I don't advise it, brothers. Not in this day and age. I don't advise any, and I'm to be honest with you, I'm speaking to more of you brothers, you black men of America. I don't advise any of you brothers to get married because these women are wishy-washy. They have no problem divorcing you, and you're going to get all your stuff taken. It's not even worth it anymore. The only thing that you're going to get out of marriage, and that's not even guaranteed, is sex. That's it. You're not going to get there's nothing else that you're really going to get from the woman because 99.9% of them are headaches. They are a headache. You already got to deal with the outside world. And now you got to come in and deal with her too? Let's continue.
Anything like that. So I kind of want to be a little ratchet with my next dude. It's a little ratchet. I want him to be fun. I want to go out. I want to be the couple where we laugh at the dinner table, we hug all night, kiss all night, like just have fun. I didn't have that. I didn't have that affection in my last marriage, so that's what I want now.
My spirit is speaking so loud right now.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what my spirit is saying.
Go ahead.
So we caught sometimes good men be boring men, right? And when did you get married?
2020.
I'm sorry, how old was you when you got married?
I was, I'm 34. I was probably I think I was 30.
30, okay. So prior to that, did you date a lot?
Not really.
Not really. So you had this good ass man, might have been boring, but a good man, married you, was your husband, took care of all the bills, probably wasn't that lit. Got divorced, now y'all here in the streets, and you about to meet these rats.
Hold on. Let's. I want to be clear about one thing. He was extremely controlling when it comes to So one of his rules was I can't have long hair because it reminds him of strippers. Another rule was he gave me a rule on how far I can drive away from the house. He also said no social media. He also said no tight clothes, no long nails. He gave me rules.
Okay,
so here's the thing, and it probably was a little bit too intense for her, but look at the environment that we have and I'm going to even just speak on black women today of America. Look at how out of control they are. Most of them have a hyena mentality. That's how they're acting out here. They're acting like some damn hyenas. You see them. You could go into Walmart and you will see women that are in their pajamas. Some of them are very revealing. And I mean, there are some men too that are walking around here in some pajamas too. I don't know what the hell going on with some of these brothers. And I'm talking to you, black men, but but I don't understand why women are out here just it's inappropriate, very revealing. I've seen women in some leggings where you could basically that it's an ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't even really have to even pull. I mean, like they don't have to be naked. You can literally see their ass. You can see their drawers. I just so I don't have a problem with a man controlling his woman because of what is going on the outside. Because a lot of our women have a childlike mentality. That's a problem.
Okay, but and I'm sorry for
Now go
interrupting
ahead.
you,
Go ahead.
but
Go ahead. Go ahead.
this is the issue right here. Most women complain about men being straightforward and honest. He told her his rules. Why she agreed to it. So remember, she agreed to it. I wouldn't want, cause she wears weave, so I think he's talking about that long for no reason weave. The driving distance thing doesn't make sense to me. The dress code, I 100% agree with. If a man tells you he wants you to have a dress code, and this is prior to getting in a relationship, and if you that's your choice. So if he has rules, and this is where you have a choice, you can walk away.
Facts.
See, she didn't say he waited until they got serious to let all these rules down. She said he had rules. So at one point, it wasn't an issue. She even said at the beginning, I thought it would be fun to be a housewife because I didn't have to work until she experienced that. Because people want the idea of it, the title, like you said. So I don't blame that man. He's not a bad man for setting those rules. You can say no. You can say no. They complain about men not being honest at the beginning. A man says, well, hey, this is what I want. If you're going to be a housewife, you're not working, you have no financial burden, you pretty much can make peace with whatever you want to do during the day as long as you keep the house up clean. I get a home cooked meal. The things men initially want. But these are my rules. This is my lifestyle. You can't have that long ass weave. You can't wear tight clothes. Well, I don't know about the driving thing. I don't know. I can't imagine where she would be driving that would be that far away. I wouldn't care about that. I forgot what the other thing is, but she agreed to it, Slim.
Right.
It can't
And
be a problem. It can't be a
right.
problem. It
And I
can't
was
be a
gonna, I
problem
was,
later.
I was gonna get to that too. I was gonna get to that. You absolutely right, and that's my thing. And I'm sure that, and the thing is, she's over exaggerating. So I'm sure that when he said he doesn't want her to have long hair, I'm sure he was talking about the weave. I'm sure he wasn't
The
talking about
long, ridiculously long weave. Yeah, bro.
right,
We all know. And she said tight clothes, so she probably had really revealing clothes that are tight. And I don't feel nothing wrong when a man says he wants a dress code. I don't, because
right,
when women go to work, they don't question the dress code at work. They don't question that.
right.
I should have more control over you than your job. If your job has more control over you, over your body, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you work, than I do in our relationship, there's a problem.
That's a fact.
I've never heard a woman say, you know what, when they got home, I didn't like how they told me to dress. No. I didn't like how they told me to act. No. They usually complain about the drama in the work, but they're never complaining about the rules and regulations. They never quit a job. Said, "Well, I didn't know the dress code was going to be this way all these years. I couldn't take it. I didn't know." No, that's not the way it works. I'm gonna tell you this. Oh, if you're with a woman and she's working, which I have no issue with, but if that job can make her adjust her attitude, she can get up early and look good and look nice. She don't have no problem working overtime. She'll put in all that work. She'll do what it takes. Then you better damn well have more power than that. You better, like, if she's giving that job more time, attention, and respect, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. So that's why I don't care. A man can say that, especially if he sets the rules, because she knew about the rules of the job before she got it. So she accepted the rules and still signed on her name and said, "I'm going to work here." Same thing for relationship. I know we don't want to pit the job and the relationship the same thing. It's the same thing. I tell women, treat me like you had a job. Yeah, I don't question nothing. But that's it.
All right, brothers. Let's continue.
Now that you give me more context, I'm gonna take good man out because that's some crazy shit right there. That's some crazy shit right there. So hell no, can't nobody agree to any of that.
I had
Now
to
you're
fight
all,
for my. I had to fight to be friends with my best friend because he said I can't have any friends that wasn't married, and I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, he thinks everybody that's not married is just the wrong type of crowd to be with. I don't know. It was just
okay. Yeah, that's too controlling. What I was gonna say was sometimes women leave the good guys for these ratchet men, and the ratchet men come with a lot of shit. You know.
Now, with Kendra, who is 40, I think either 44 or 45 years old, you out here trying to, you saying, and I'm sure that she didn't give the whole context, which she didn't, because I'm sure that that man specifically said he didn't want you wearing that crazy ass weave that probably makes you look like a stripper. Brothers, when y'all get a chance, go to her Instagram and you'll see what I'm sure you'll see what he's talking about, because she's very, she has some very revealing pictures. I saw it, but brothers, I think that's more of a protection thing. So now she out here by herself and she has no protection. And then when
And
something,
Slim,
yes sir, yes sir.
her friends. I think it's more than I agree with him. I think, you know, for women,
Mhm.
it should be, you should be looking for someone in your relationship bracket. I understand if they're single, but I would prefer you to be with girls that are at least in relationships. But as you can see, what she's saying now, you can understand why he's saying you can't be friends with your friends, because her friends were probably ratchet. She just
Mhm.
said, "I want my man and me to be ratchet together." So imagine what type of friends she had. Imagine what they have probably told this woman. "Oh, you were for square. He's boring. He don't like dance. He don't want to go to the club." Look what she's saying now, Slim. Look what she's saying now. She said, "I want a lit boyfriend, a lit man that's gonna go out and just have material fun."
Right.
So I can only imagine what type of friends she had, and he probably knew right off the bat, because you know those slutty friends be loud and proud slutty, and he's like, "You can't be friends with that. I'm sorry. That's not gonna be the person you run to when we have issues, because she's a hoe. She's no
Right.
good." So think about her, and look what she just said. Kendra said, "Did you date a lot?" She said no. So she don't either one or two things. She was getting fucked a lot, or she don't got no relationship experience to know what it is to be in a long-term relationship.
Right.
She looked like what he did was meet some girl at the club and try to turn her into a housewife.
More than likely.
That's it. That's why what woman would be on this show talking after a traditional relationship talking about, "I want a man that's going to get lit with me and we going to be a little ratchet"? Does that even sound like that's going to last? It
We
don't
already know.
even.
We already know it's not. She want to have fun.
But
And
that's
brother,
all, man. That it don't even sound right.
right. And brothers, we ain't even halfway through, brothers, because it's gonna, the things that she's saying in a way is going to kind of contradict from what she had. So you're going. So I want you, brother, just to listen to what's the things that she says. But let's go ahead and continue.
You know, so the ratchet man, you might be kissing up on him, and then he might be kissing up on somebody else.
yeah.
You want to be out here lit with it. But I will say more with more context of your ex-husband. No, I don't think anyone wants to be married to a person like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
Right. He
I
it was
can
just
concur. That's crazy.
yeah, it was just too feeling to me. When I say ratchet, I really mean that loosely, like in the sense of just someone more fun. That's it. Just more fun. Don't give me crazy rules. And just want to get to know each other. Like love me for me. Like that's what I meant. Like I don't mean like I don't want to be naked on top of a table and you cheering me on. I don't want that. But I do want somebody that grabs my hand, let me get up, and let's dance in the middle of the floor. Like, let's enjoy life together.
Okay.
You know, that's it.
I understand that. Someone said, why did you get married? Was he controlling in the beginning?
I got married, honestly, to be honest. I was depressed and I was going through a lot.
So go ahead, real, because I was gonna let it play out, but go ahead, go ahead.
Didn't I say it? Then so one way or another, she's saying she was a hoe. He saved me. And it ain't no damn depression. What was you going to depress? What was you depressed from? And why would you be dating somebody if you're depressed anyway?
Right, right.
Why would you let somebody take you in? But she let this thing called fun ultimately be the reason why she could not be with this man. I don't even think, you know what, and with black women in America, the issues do not come into a factor until they're arguing. That's when all the things that she didn't care about becomes an issue. Once you start making her feel like, once you start arguing with her about certain things, she now starts having animosity for everything about you. Because she just said it. I want a man to want me from me. And we know what type of women those are. The most self-centered, selfish women. Because all they're saying is, with all the issues I come with, mentally and physically and spiritually, that should be accepted. But I should have what I want from you with no question. You got to follow the standards and the things that I believe is right. So he has to deal with everything that comes with her. But if he can't dance, that's a deal breaker. If he wants her to have a dress code, that's a deal breaker.
Right.
If he wants her not to have dressed like a stripper, that's a deal breaker. You are getting with him because you want to provide a protector. You have to fit his needs ultimately in order for you to be provided and protected. You needing all those things to be fulfilled is a psychological issue. What he should have did, and he should have took you to therapy. That's what he should have did. Some professional. That's it.
Let's go ahead and continue.
So he kind of like saved me from that. And I fell in love with that. When I stopped being depressed and I got on my feet and I want a career and I wanted just to do something other than being a housewife, that was the biggest no-no. And we kept butting heads. It was times where he just didn't like it. He just did not like it. And he just flat out told me.
Okay.
And it's just like, well, I gotta go.
Okay.
So, brothers, I want you to keep this in mind. He according to her, this is her story. He saved her from depression. He built her up. He was I'm not sure if he was financially stable, but he took care of everything in the house. She didn't even have to even lift a finger when it came to paying any bills, but that's because she didn't have a job. All he asked for, and I'm just going to use the word, he just wanted her to compliment him. That's it. And I'm sure this was an older gentleman, and she couldn't take that. That's why I keep telling you, brothers, these women, they only want the title of wife. They don't want to be a wife, as in responsibilities, brothers. But let's go ahead and continue. Oh, go ahead.
I just think it's crazy when the way she's framing the whole relationship is so one-sided. She did not say one thing she did. So this is why I don't believe it. When people understand relationships don't work and they can take accountability for what they may have did in that relationship, they're going to point that out. But she has not said one thing good about him, and she has not said one thing bad about herself. So I can tell you she's lying. She may be saying some things with truth, and I can guarantee when he says some of these things that stuck out, It was probably when they was arguing. It wasn't when they was just sitting down having a good time and talking about these things. A lot of times women will use an argument for what a man said to be who he is, rather than not even saying, oh, she said some things that may have made him pissed off and he was just being a dick, or she, but they're going to use the argument statements to justify what type of man this man is. And that's unfair. And I said this too, Slim. I wish these men, that when these ex-wives come on here, I wish there's the thing Kendra did when they can come back and tell their side of the story. Because this story is one-sided. One-sided. But that's it.
All right, she gotta go. So we were in your requirements. Do you have any more requirements before we go to your deal breakers?
I really don't. I really don't. Just like the basic what we all want, nice teeth, dress, have your own swag, whatever that is. I like a guy that leads. I want you to lead. I want you to lead. Don't always tell me to make the dinner plans. Don't always, when we're walking, walk in front of me. I like that sweet guy. That's it.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Brothers, before we get to the Kendra Cam, did you remember she had a husband that was a leader, but she didn't like that type of leadership. So it's a certain type of leadership that she wants. She wants to give you a little bit of leadway, but she doesn't want to give you too much leadway to where you're controlling. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, brothers, because she kind of contradicted herself, but of course she doesn't know it. And you got Kendra, who's going to accept it. If this was a man interviewing her, it would be a whole different conversation. That she would be put on the spot. And just like Real said, sometimes I do wish that the brothers would come. You do have brothers that come back on this show, but that's after these crazy ass dates. But I wish the husband would have just been able to explain exactly what happened. But let's go ahead and continue.
I threw on a big t-shirt. Hold on, let me make sure my coochie is showing.
Okay. All right, we see. Oh, you got a nice shape. Ooh, somebody gonna love that you like to be in the house naked.
Okay.
She said this earlier. She liked to walk around with no shirt on. So that was her.
Yeah. I know.
Go ahead, bro.
This is sick. And this is you see the long weave that she's talking about? She made sure to have that long weave on. This is sick. And you see how she just tried to dance and show ass and shit?
Yeah.
There's nothing. That woman has no substance. She has no self-respect. And what she's doing right now, she has a son, I believe. I think she said son.
Yep.
2-year-old son or something, like 3. This is the representation of what he's gonna get for a woman. And this is why a lot of times men want these type of women. The only thing that you should want with these women are one night stands. That's it. You should never tell yourself that you can turn her into something that is going to be quality, that's going to be respectable. They should just be one night stand while you're trying to build yourself up and create your empire, or she should just be a couple of dates and a couple of one night stands. And she should know that. Because this is what happens. Because now that guy that was a traditional man that did everything that he was supposed to do, now she thinks she's wifey material. Now she's going to be like, I was married. But she's 34, acting like she's in her early 20s. She was depressed. So when she got out of depression, she went right back to being a hoe. This is sick. This is the demonicness I'm talking about. This is the demonicness. Look what she's displaying right now.
Right.
But that's all.
Can't make these things up, brothers. Let's continue.
I know it's a bad habit. I sleep asshole naked. I walk around with no clothes on.
Well, your man, I'm quite sure your man won't have a problem with it.
No.
I'm quite sure he won't. All right, so here we go. This is Jenny, North Carolina, 34. What's the age range you would date, honey?
Oh Jesus. I want to say 29 all the way up to like 45, 50.
29
He
to 40.
look good. Nice body, but
okay, 29 to 40.
My ex-husband was 40. So.
And there it is. Her ex-husband was 40 years old. So he wasn't playing all them. Look, brothers, these men that are older and they go after these younger women, which I don't have a problem with. But brothers, you're probably just like you deal with an older woman, you're gonna probably have a headache with some of these younger women, especially if they don't want to be wives. And what I mean, they don't want to do that. They don't want to have that responsibility because, see, in life now, these women are raised and they're taught to have fun, live life, experience life at an early age. That's what they're telling these women. They're not really, and again, bro, these women want to compete with you, especially our black women. They want to compete with you. They don't want to be a housewife, brother. Matter of fact, they don't even want the responsibility of being a wife. All they want is the title, they want the ring, and they want the wedding. That's it. After all that is done, and maybe the honeymoon, after all that is done, now reality kicks in for them. And it's hard. And I'm going to say it again. These women don't want to do the same thing every day. You already heard her. She got tired of folding clothes. And she's going to reveal something else about her child, about having the responsibility of having a child. You're going to hear that later, too. Is there something that you want to say, Real, before I continue?
No. You're saying everything I wanted to say. That's it. And
okay.
No.
Let's continue.
Okay, do you want more kids?
Don't hate me for this, but I said no to the first one. Love my son, but I said no to the first one. So I don't want any more kids. You can have kids. I can love them like they're mine.
Okay. She don't want any more kids. Okay.
Bam, brothers. I hope y'all heard that. She didn't even want a child. So all she wanted to do, and I'm sure, and I'm gonna let me say this, and I'm just gonna just make this. Even if this might not even be true, I believe that this brother, her ex-husband, had a lot of money, and she thought that she was gonna be able to just travel because you have a lot of travel leisure.
Bingo, bro. Bingo.
She wanted to travel. She was hoping that he was going to buy her things. She probably was like, "Well, if he give me a credit card, there ain't going to be no limit." All she wanted to do was do her, be selfish. And now that and even look at what she said about the child. I really didn't want to have a child. This is why I say the Most High gave the maternity DNA to the woman because he knew that these women are selfish. So now she has to take care of somebody else, and I'm sure that's probably that's probably the issue that they have between her son, and the ex-husband, because they probably have issues when it comes to co-parenting, because she's trying to get as much money as she can from this guy when it comes to child support. I'll put money on it. I could be wrong, but I seriously doubt it. Go ahead, Real.
No, you're 100% right. I don't even care if you end up wrong. I'm still gonna say you're right. I'm gonna tell you why. She probably thinks her own child's a burden. She probably thinks that she wants to go out and do the same stuff she was talking about doing for her husband, and that's the problem. She found value. Look. I don't know. I think you may see it, but she's a hoe. I wouldn't be surprised if he met her at the strip club. Look what she's asking for right now. These women don't want kids. They just want to be look what she said at the beginning. When I heard that I didn't have to work and all I had to do was sit in the house, I was like, okay. But then when she realized she had a responsibility and duty behind it, She didn't like that. She thought she was on a free ride. That man,
Right.
and then she gonna say, "Oh, when I want $20." Don't ever take any accuracy in what the message from a woman. They will lowbow and high and make things extreme to fit their narrative. She probably was getting enough money to get her hair done and everything. She just couldn't get long nails. She just couldn't get long weave. She just couldn't get tight clothes. So I don't think it was the amount of money. I think what she was allowed to do with the money.
Right.
And where the hell was she trying to go anyway? That was so far away, because I believe it was a situation where she was in some place and she had to explain herself. I don't think this man. I think some of the things she did led to him saying you can't be driving to another state or something. She doesn't even seem she seems very shady. She just has a nice way of explaining her issues. But notice, a person that never says what they did wrong in a relationship is someone, especially a woman, is something you should pay attention to. Now,
That's
I
a
want to hear
fact.
what her 3 flaws are. I want to hear what her 3 flaws are.
Oh, we gonna get to that. Yes, sir. But let's go ahead and continue, brother, because this. Well, I'll say what I have to say in the end.
Okay. When was your marriage your last relationship?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Who this man?
Um, I don't know. I think we both was just.
You don't know who the man was?
I know who he is,
I got
but
you,
I
real.
think we was just like. I think we fed off of our loneliness. Like he was complaining that his wife died 2 years ago.
Now, brothers, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. But go ahead,
Bruh,
real.
you ain't mentioned this part, Slim. You ain't remember this part?
Oh, I remember all of it. I.
This just verifies everything. She had sex with a dude 3 weeks ago, and she said, "I don't know." When Kendra said, "Who is this guy?" She's a hoe.
Oh, I was gonna let it. I was gonna let it roll through because I wanted you to listen to the whole story, though.
Oh,
That's why. But
well,
um, but let's go ahead and let's listen to the
Slim,
whole story. Well, go ahead, real. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Slim, you what, Slim? You be see, Slim. I think you're starting to fall into this trap with these women. She said, "I
Huh?
don't know."
I know
Yeah,
that,
you
but
about to fall into the trap.
no, real.
Okay, but
She
I'm just
she was good. She was going to reveal the whole story of how she met this guy 3 weeks ago, or I mean the guy that she had sex
Slim.
with 3 weeks ago. That's why I was going to let it roll through. I was going to
Slim.
jump on it.
Let me say this, Slim. Let me say this, Slim. You should never. I mean, only if. I mean, I understand we're reviewing a bit. I all due respect. I know why you're doing it,
Mhm.
but I'm saying in real life, in real time,
Mhm.
if you ask a woman a question like this and she says, "I don't know," walk away from that table, because there's nothing she should be able to tell you that makes up for the fact her first thought about why she let a guy penetrate her should never be, "I don't know," even if she has a story behind it.
Mhm.
I don't know. But I tell you, the psycho, when women care about something, they don't never talk like that. She's a hoe. But I understand the video purposes, and I know how you do your thing. I was joking when I said that to the listening part, but I said, Slim, real time. Some things don't need an explanation. Kevin Samuels would have hung up in this woman's face if he would have heard this part.
I
But
agree.
yeah, I'm gonna hear it out. He would
I
have hung up.
agree.
He would have hung up. But
All
let's
right.
continue. I was just joking about that.
No, no, no. You good. You good. Let's go ahead and continue.
So I was complaining I was lonely. We was nice to each other, so we had a good time.
So is he an option for something more just like real?
He okay. He can be an option for something real. When I stopped by his house, he still had all of his wife's stuff like untouched and still everywhere. And I was just like, I'm not going to do that to him and put that type of pressure on him. So maybe he's not ready to really transition over to really date something serious. So.
Okay. Bring the phone up. I hear like it's crackling a little bit. So that's why you can't do nothing real with him.
Now, brothers, this is what I wanted to say. All right, now the homie, my brother here, said that she's a hoe, and I'm not disagreeing with what he said at all. I was just gonna say that these women, they actually have good men, that they have potential good men, and they squander it off of bullshit. Now that, I mean, that's probably a good reason not to want to date him, because he still is thinking about his ex wife. I mean, not his ex, his wife that passed away. But y'all see how wild these women are? You see how wild she is? This is wild.
Slim, you believe that his dead wife stuff is still sitting in that house. Like, you believe that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going by what
Slim.
she said. It's real. I'm just going by what she said. That's all I'm doing. I'm not,
Slim.
listen, I'm not taking
Don't
everything
you
that
think
she,
that's hold up,
go
brother,
ahead.
let me ask you a question, Slim. Don't you think his wife being dead is a very important factor? Why the hell would she say I don't know at the beginning and say we were both lonely? Why wouldn't she say, well, he still had traumas with his wife passing? Why wouldn't she start off? Why say I don't know and then lead to we were both lonely? And then and it wasn't until Kendra said, don't you see a potential? Why wasn't he a potential? Well, when I went to his house the other day, he still had his dead wife's stuff perfectly in the, come on. I guarantee when he was fucking her on that in that house, she didn't pay attention to none of that shit.
I was gonna say that, and that I was actually gonna, well, not to those words, but yes, I was gonna say that she was still getting pounded. You know what I'm saying, with the pictures of the house or whatever was in the house, with the memories or whatever. So, do I believe that the memories are probably still inside the house? Yes, but I don't think she cared. Again, brothers, these women, all they want to do is have fun, and she's 34 years old. These women are not gonna get it until it's too late. Again, brothers, y'all should go check out her Instagram. I seen it. She has some revealing pictures on her Instagram. But she already said she didn't even want to have a child. All she wanted to do was have fun and be a travelisha, travel all over the place. Because I'm sure that her
Slim,
ex
I'm
husband
gonna
had
tell you
money.
another reason.
Yes, sir.
Slim, you're being nice because usually you be attacked. Usually you be on. Yeah, it's a new year. It's the end of the year. The 2003 has drained you with these women on these shows. I'm gonna tell you what, Slim. The fact, based on everything she said, now I'm 100%. I'm one of the most understanding men when it comes
Hmm.
to honesty. One thing I'll say this to men and women: when we talk about our exes, whether we're married, serious relationship, or just dating, if you only are speaking from who's right and who's wrong,
Hmm.
and you got to move on, that's a problem because you're still trying to make the case to yourself and to other people that you're not the problem. Meanwhile, you're contradicting yourself by what you're looking for currently. She said, I'm looking for a man that wants to get lit, that wants to be ratchet. Now, if that's the case, imagine what he went through being with a woman that found fulfillment through doing that type of stuff in a moderately peaceful relationship. Imagine what he had to go through. Imagine the attitude he had to deal with day to day. The simple fact that this woman just did something with someone 3 weeks ago, she didn't have no issue saying it. A woman that has self-respect would have said, I don't want to say it because it's nobody's business but the person that DMs her and she's interested. The fact that she can say 3 weeks ago, oh, his dead wife was the problem. You see how she's talking? She's talking like that type of stuff is a casual type of thing she does normally.
I can see where
She has no
I see that.
self-respect, bro.
I see where you're coming from
This is
there.
normal to her. I don't even think I believe she fucked somebody else prior to this guy. It wasn't
I
even probably a few months before him.
I was gonna say that. I was actually gonna bring that up too, because again, she wants to be free, brothers. She wants to be free. She got her freedom from her ex-husband because he was quote unquote controlling. But brothers, this
Do
is
you think that she's going to treat her son? I just want to say this to you, one thing. I just want
oh
your
go ahead.
opinion on this. Do you think because of how she felt being married to a man that didn't do ratchet and lit things, do you think that she might have a certain animosity towards her son because he might be a distraction or a setback for when she wants to do things like that um, in the house? So you think that she might, when he gets older, she's going to start treating him? Because I hear that happens a lot from just my friends and stuff. Like
Hmm.
they said that, my mother I look just like my father. My mom treated me a certain type of way. I can feel she had an issue with me just because of whatever his father did. And I think in these cases, this is where you run into these parents. If she can say on live TV, I didn't even want my first one, I don't want another one. That's disrespectful
Yeah, that is.
to her son. That's crazy.
You
She's a
know what's
horrible person.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too is I don't see how Kendra didn't even catch that either. That's the crazy part. She didn't even catch that at all. I mean,
Look
everybody.
at it in the comments. Let her stand in her truth. This is crazy. Y'all think just because a woman's being honest that it's a good thing. No. You can be honest, you still get judged just like a person that's a liar. Honesty gets judged just as much as lying. It's just I would rather judge you for being honest than judge you for being a liar. That's the difference. You don't want to be judged for being a liar. You rather be judged for being honest because they can't take that away from you.
You know what I'm. You know what real. You
That
know what
makes
I'm.
no sense.
This is what I'm
Okay.
gonna start. This is what I'm gonna start doing, and I'm gonna do this starting next year when I'm recording. Because I just to let you ladies and gentlemen know, I am recording. I'm gonna start letting people see the comments that y'all be putting. I'm gonna start letting people see the comments because I don't usually put. I don't never have the comments in my on my YouTube. But I think I'm gonna do that so that way people could actually see how delusional some of you
No.
ladies really are.
Yeah, they're gonna hear it in this one too. So you're saying because she's honest, the judgment that she should be getting, the judgment she's getting shouldn't be what we're saying because she was honest about it? No. There's honest hoes, there's honest bad people. No, I'm saying that I said a person should never care about being judged. But what they should be is an honest person. Because if you're being judged for being a liar, you're never going to be able to find any place anywhere. But at least
True.
if you're being honest about even she's going to get judged, but at least I know I can make a choice. A liar, you can't make a choice of a liar. You can't. So you keep saying she was being honest. What's your problem? I never said anything about her honesty was a problem. That's the problem that you keep doing. The problem you're having with me is that I'm being honest about my judgment for her. She can be judged. No, I did not say it's the same as lying. I'm saying she's going to get judged whether she's lying or being honest. That's not the same. Comprehension is very hard for women nowadays. If she's being honest about her life, that's cool. She still gets judged. If she's lying about her life, that's cool. She's still getting judged. But if I'm going to choose one way to be judged, wouldn't you rather be judged for being honest than being judged for being a liar?
Good point. Good point.
I don't think she understands in the comments.
Well, we ain't gonna
But
worry about her. I'm just letting y'all know this is my last. I think this is gonna be my last time I where it's matter of fact starting next year. Y'all come to my comments, especially you women that love to go back and forth. I'm gonna make sure and have it on my YouTube page so other people can see how delusional y'all are. But let's go ahead and continue.
No, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. And I don't want to put this type of pressure on him in a sense of like, you know, pack up your wife's shit. How do you say that to someone who wife? I know, so I don't want to say that, and I don't want to do that. So I'm like, you know what? It was nice, and when you're ready, call me when it's gone.
Call you when it's gone. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, Jenny. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
Oh, 3 flaws. Okay. One of them is, Jesus Christ. If you want to go there with me in arguments, I would take it there. So I don't know how to walk away. Like, if you're like, bitch, I'm like, yo, mama. And I know. I'm working on that. My second one is if I could pull up my work schedule, I work 16 hours, 16 hours, 16 hours. I try to stack, I try to save, and I want to participate in my next relationship. So that can be a flaw, I guess. And then my last one is I'm a little materialistic, a lot materialistic. Yeah, that can be a flaw.
A lot materialistic. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Now, brothers, we're gonna get into these flaws real quick. The first matter of fact, I'm gonna just go into the last one, and I'm sure that's probably the reason why them two, because she had a prob. She already said she had a problem with money because he would ration out money to her, and she said something like $20 or something like that. And I'm sure. So I believe that she thought that she had a golden ticket with her ex husband, and then when it came time to you could only spend this much, it became a problem. So she was probably overspending. I believe that was probably one of the reasons why he couldn't take it, and probably she couldn't take it. And I think the first one was her mouth. Her mouth is, or maybe that was the second one. Her mouth is reckless. I'm gonna just go just like that. Her
No, it
mouth
was
was
her first
reckless.
one. It was her, she doesn't know how to back down. She's masculine. Then she said her job, the same thing that she was grateful to not do in a relationship. Now that's a hindrance in her life. Her job. She said she works 16 hours. So
Mhm.
she doesn't have time management. The third one is the worst one, and I'm gonna say what you said. It's ultimately the issue. And the fact that it's not that she's a slut, so she likes to wear whatever she wants. She wants to wear tight clothes, wear long weave. So that's another problem. And I'm going to address the comment section. When I said that there's some things you shouldn't say online, y'all think this is a problem with women. Self-respect means you can say a lot by saying a little. So when she's on here and she says, "When's the last time you had sex?" You think it's okay that she said 3 weeks because she's being honest. I'm saying that is a time where you can say, I will choose to tell that information to who I want to pursue, whoever hits me up in my DMs. Does that mean she's a liar? No. That means she has self-respect. Because the moment I know when you had sex, you lost any chances you ever had with me because like look what you're doing. That's not a lot. That's not a lie. And this is why I know you lie about your body count. Because she's on a show, a public show. Let me give you a visual. I'm going on a dating app that's public to the world. This is public. It goes on YouTube. She gets millions of views over the course of a month. By the end of the month, she'll have like over 100,000 to a million, depending on what video. If I kick it with this chick and we hit it off, I'm gonna have family members, I'm gonna have friends, and they're gonna look at this show and they're gonna hear this woman talking like this. This light that's shed on her is not gonna be the best light. So I think the problem with women is that y'all wanna tell the wrong stuff and keep the right stuff a secret. We have to earn the right things from y'all. But then when it comes to the stuff you shouldn't be saying out to the public, you want to tell the world.
Makes sense.
And this is why she's divorced and looking for a ratchet man. And this is why you're probably not gonna find who is this? Let me see what this is because you look familiar.
I forgot what she called.
She
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 been around.
also has long weave like this. Yeah, I know she's been. She also has long weave like this lady in the video. So I can understand why they have any commonality when it comes to like what they're saying. Do you? I'm not even gonna get into this. The, just for the audience to know, there's a comic session that sometimes lost women will come on and they will see light of what these women say
Mhm.
and have no issue because of just the simple fact that she's her speaking her truth and all this other weird stuff that women say. She's on her spiritual journey where she has to accept these things, and they think that's ladylike. And this is why they struggle with understanding men, because you got to have self-respect for yourself in order for a man to have self-respect for you. So if she gets treated like a hoe, if all her DMs is talking about sex and just trying to take her out, knowing they can hit, that's what she's gonna get. If I was that type of dude and she just said I had sex 3 weeks ago, and when Kendra G said, "Well, what's the potential with that guy?" I don't know. We were both lonely. All I gotta do is just make you happy one night, and I know I can clap those cheeks. It's not hard to fuck y'all. She over there twerking and showing her ass because she thinks that's the best that's the best asset about her. It's not hard. Men don't get played. How do we get played? We don't get played.
That's why men get
There's
played.
too many of y'all for anybody to get played.
Come on, man. I know she ain't even say.
No,
Faye,
I didn't even. I didn't see. This is where comprehension. I said the person that she wants to be with should know personal things about her. How many? Okay, how many people have you fucked? How many people have you fucked, Faye? Tell me how many people you fucked. Let's keep it real. Speak your truth. How many men have you fucked? You're gonna prove my point right now.
Oh
It's gonna be a
shit.
lot. The man she divorced got played. So you don't think she looks like a goofy on this show looking for a lit man that's gonna be ratchet?
That's what she
You
said.
don't think she looks like a goofy on this show? Okay, then. So who got played? She may have won the battle, but she ain't win the war. She gonna be alone. Oh my God! See these. Faye Bay, did you have a father growing up? I have to ask this because women that think like this, I just don't believe they had a father figure. Did you have a father figure? What's up, Mucker? This is crazy. You can cut this part of the video out, but it's just crazy sometimes how women think.
Oh no, I'm not cutting it out at all. Mm-mm.
Oh,
The
okay.
only thing I'm not going to do is
I
show
did.
the comments. But this year is the last year where next year the comments will be shown because I want people to see how delusional some of y'all women be because y'all love. Oh, you are okay. You know what? You'll be the first victim then. Let's go ahead and continue.
Yeah, they need to know
Okay,
that
and while we
delusion
got
is contagious.
She wants to be a victim. That's all right. I tried to save you. Let's continue.
you, lucky to be with you, sweetheart.
Um, I mean, I got a kind heart. I will give you the world. I will participate in our relationship. I will be as loyal as you want me to be. And I can meet you halfway. I can meet you halfway and I can get to know you and know what you like and then try and be that perfect person for you if you give me a chance. So.
Okay, let's do it. Do you want to get married again?
I do. I do. I do. Please, okay? Get in the DMs because yes, let's do this. Let's see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and try it. Sorry.
So you want a fun marriage this time?
I do. I want a fun. I want a fun. Please be relaxed. Please don't give me all these rules. Can we meet in the middle? Please give me time to adjust. Just give me that. That's all I'm asking for. Okay.
I love it. Let's do it.
Brothers, y'all heard. See, she wants to get married again. So, brothers, the only thing that you heard her and Kendra, you want to have a fun marriage. So that's all she wants, brothers. She doesn't want to be. She only wants the title of wife. She does not want to be a wife. So all these women that claim that they want to have fun, brothers, my suggestion to you, they got Chuck E. Cheese, they got the playground, brother. They got a lot of parks. You could even take them to to Harlem. They got a basketball court over in Harlem. I've been there. All these places that you could take them, brothers. That's the type of fun that these women want because they have a childlike mentality, brothers. And I don't care what she means, because that's what people, oh, you don't know what she means. All I hear is the word fun, and that's what children want. Brothers are out here trying to make a living, to have a house, a place to stay, a car to drive, for you to be happy. But these women forget that you have to do all that just like a child. because all they want to
That's
do
a
is have
fact.
fun.
These women say they want a man with money, and then think of like a celebrity or something. Because when you actually making good money out here, you got to work. You got to work. Not every guy's going to be a boss, but even guys that are working for somebody are entrepreneurs. You got to put in the work. And if you don't have peace in yourself, you're going to get bored in a house. Your expectations is to make that this guy to make you be happy. You should be happy before you get in that relationship. So that shouldn't be an issue. When you think someone should offer you those things, you're weird. Only thing you and another person should be getting out of the relationship is growth and development, bonding. That's it. You're here essentially to reproduce. We've added religion, tradition, all the other stuff to give it structure. But that's why we're here. When you get more caught up on what you can do in society, which is a man-made distraction for what's important, when that becomes more important than why you should be with someone that's going to be right for you, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Right.
So like I said, there should be nothing a man can't say and do if she accepts it at the beginning. Because if that man had those rules and if it was an issue after she got married, she's the idiot.
That is a true
She's the
statement.
idiot.
That's a fact. Because she knew all of that before before that ink dried. He said all that. But again, brothers, all these women want is they want the title. And I'm gonna tell you again, they want the title, they want the ring, they want the wedding, and some of them want the honeymoon. But once reality kicks in for the responsibility of being a wife, they don't want it. And she said it herself. She even said she didn't even want a child. So now she has to be a mother. Most of these, and I don't care what anybody said. Most of these black women, they don't even want to be mothers. They don't want to be mothers,
You said
brothers.
right. Black women don't cheat. You said so. Why was he so controlling? If you go on a date, this is what she said out her mouth. When she got with him, he had rules. So this is before they even started dating. He said that if we get committed, you're going to be traditional, basically. So if you go on a date with a guy and she said, "Tell me what it looks like to be with you," and he starts telling you the good things, because all women want to have this visual image, and then he says, "But my lifestyle requires you to not wear long weave, not have long nails, be presentable. I don't want you traveling far out because I can't get to you soon enough to save you." And if you get with that man, he's not controlling. He told you what it was to be with him. That's not controlling. Now, if she would have said he was acting like everything was cool with me, and then when we got committed, he changed up. That's different. But she didn't say that, but that's what most women say. Everything was so perfect at the beginning, and then he changed up. That's not what she said. She said this was the requirement before they got together, essentially. Now, that's not controlling. If I give a woman that says, "I do this, I do that, I want you to do this," and then my simp ass gets with her and then complaining, that's the very reason why we're not together, that's not her fault. She's not controlling, she's not vindictive. I chose to partake. The problem is women hide the bullshit. Her issue is she said she was depressed. So when she got out of depression, that's when she saw this was an issue. No, she probably had a rough time in her life. That man took her in, and when she got comfortable and back on her feet, she said, "Fuck this nigga." The fuck? I don't believe that depressed shit. She ain't going to no therapist. Y'all be self-diagnosing y'all dumbass selves anyway. I don't believe none of that shit. If it wasn't no paper saying that she is diagnosed with depression, I don't believe that shit. Y'all be Google depression and be like, "Okay, I have this feelings from time to time. I'm depressed." Y'all think y'all damn psychoanalysts and shit after just going through shit.
Baby, that's easy to say. She should have been honest and told him she couldn't live up to it. That's easy to say, but again, y'all women, a lot of you women were looking at the lights and the glamour. She looked at it like, dang, I'm about to be a wife. That's all she saw. She didn't think about the fact that there are duties of being a wife because y'all women want a traditional man. Y'all want that two basic things. Matter of fact, here's the three basic things that a man wants from a woman or a man does: protection, providing, and procreation. The three P's. Y'all women, y'all want everything. Y'all are all over the place anyway. So y'all will say that y'all want to be a wife, but then when it comes time to actually do the duties of being a wife, y'all don't want to do that. And y'all know y'all don't want to be a wife. So to all
Now,
you brothers,
now she's saying, my fault. So now she's saying he should have removed himself from her. She don't.
yeah.
You're one of those women that don't think women do anything wrong, do you? You the
Don't worry.
type of person that will blame a woman for, you'll blame the lions for why the woman opened the door to get inside the lion's den. Well, why was there even a door there so you can walk in there? She's a grown woman. She was 30, she said.
Yep, she was 30.
She should know she needed therapy. Yeah, she said she was 30 when they got married, 30, 31. She should know she needs therapy. She said at the beginning, I don't look, there's one thing about y'all. Y'all forget that y'all got mouths and y'all say things. And I know how to point out certain things that are something that's a highlight to y'all. When he said you won't have to work and you're going to be a housewife, she said, well, damn, that seems like a great life. And until, like Slim said, there's a responsibility and a duty as a wife, as a lover. That's in every relationship, your friendships, your family ships, everything there's a responsibility and duty. Now, here's the conundrum that I don't think women understand. If you feel obligated to do the things that keep a relationship together, it's not going to last. But if you feel like it's an honor and a privilege, it's going to last. But a lot of times, y'all women are just lazy. Y'all are lazy. Y'all want things to be in your lap. You want things to come to you. You think everything should be free flowing. There's nothing in this world that you can just tend to one time and leave it alone, and it's just going to work out. You got to be consistent with it. You're saying, yeah, he's a leader, but you play a part too. Reciprocation. This is crazy. That's
Well,
it.
brother, I'm gonna try to finish this out. We ain't got that much time. I mean, it's almost finished. So let's go ahead and finish this out.
Jenny, she in it, but I will say this before she get before she get her man, she has a hot girl summer, but it's extended. So a couple of things: don't be controlling.
Yes.
Okay,
please.
she gonna wear her hair the way she wanna wear her hair. She gonna have her money. She gonna have her friends.
Mhm.
And don't have a wife that passed away, child. Don't get over it yet. Because Jenny said, I'm not here. I'm not here for the ghosts of wife passed. Okay? Okay? The wife passed away. I'm in the present. Come to me. Appreciate the presence.
And
That's why they
please
call
like
it a present.
kids. Please like kids. I have a 2-year-old son about to be 3. He's artistic. And I need that. Like sometimes I need somebody to talk to. I do have bad days. So just listen. Please don't let it just be only about fun. Be that person that I can talk to too.
Okay.
So
We didn't know you had an autistic.
Now it brings to light. So she's having a headache because her son is autistic. I dated a woman that had a child that was autistic, and then she went through a lot. She went through a lot, and a lot of men ran from her after they found out that her child was autistic. So I see why, but at the same time, when she said that she really didn't want to have a child, that wasn't a good look on her. I'm sorry, but let's go ahead and continue.
Autistic son. So have come with a caring heart. Let's do it. How could the guy reach out to you, boo?
Jesus. So I don't know my Instagram name.
It's like I don't know.
Well, brother, we not gonna we. She doesn't know her instant. Well, I mean, I found somebody in the comment section had to end up giving out her Instagram name because she didn't even know what it was. But it's kind of funny because I checked out her Instagram and she has a lot of followers. She got over 1,000 followers, and she has a whole lot of pictures up there that is very revealing. So I don't understand. And then she said that she's hardly on Instagram. This 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 video was this was today's date is the 30th. This video was done 3 days ago. So with the amount of photos that she has on Instagram, for her to say that she's hardly on social media is a damn lie. She has a lot of pictures. But brothers, I wanted to just to show you that the mindset of a lot of our women, especially these black American women. I tell you brothers all the time, it's not even safe anymore for you brothers to even get married or to even sign that contract. These black women and a lot of these other American women are getting the poison from a lot of these black women. Over 80% of divorces that are filed are by women. I don't care what the stat says, what it says that the number one thing is finances. I don't believe that. This woman right here was bored. And that's why a lot of women get divorced, because of boredom, because they cannot deal with the same thing every single day. These women don't want the responsibility of being a wife, brothers. I keep telling you that. This woman is an example of that. She's 34. She wants to have fun. Fun, brothers. They want to have fun. That's all they want to do. And I'm telling you, most of these black women in America are like female praying mantises. Once they're done with you, they're going to bite your head off and move on to the next man. That's all they're going to do. So, brothers, you need to take heed of who you need to make sure that you evaluate that woman. And it takes years. I don't advise you to marry no woman in those 6 months, not even in a year. It takes years to find out who that woman really is, especially when you live with her. Because once you live with her, that's when and she starts to get comfortable. She starts to peel back those. You know how sometimes it gets worse. You know how when you peel back an onion, the more you peel an onion, the worse it gets, the smell. That's how the woman is, because she's gonna get comfortable and she's gonna just let her hair down, and she's going to start to do things that you didn't even see coming. So, brothers, I just want to just put this out there. I don't even really even like doing a lot of these Kendra videos anymore, because now these black women are really embarrassing themselves. You got women coming up on here with 6 kids, 5 kids, 4, 3 different baby daddies, and they're looking for a good man, and they expect a man to take care of them. This is getting to be a disaster. I still get on black men, but at the end of the day, the black is really nothing you can say to these black women. You got to let them fall, brothers. Let them fall in their face. Don't even pick them up. Let them fall in their face, because they're going to figure it out sooner or later, and it's only getting worse. These women are not even mature. Most of them are now maturing at the age of 70 years old. Was there anything that you wanted to say, my brother, before I let it go?
Yeah, you have a version of it, and I think that it works for how you do it. And I think a lot of people, I think how you said it, I think it's more common. But I think that the version that I'm looking at, and more now than ever with myself, as far as like how I will do anything like to my relationship. You give them responsibilities, you set boundaries. So I don't have to wait for nothing. Like I said, there's a responsibility and a duty being a relationship. There isn't, I'm just sitting back waiting for one random day for you to just showcase some trauma you've been hiding your whole life. And this is why when you set boundaries and standards for yourself, you don't have to wait for that. They know there's a job. Just like when you go to work, there's expectations. There's a protocol. There's a goal. So the same thing when I'm in a relationship, I don't got time for that. And if you still waiting for the next person to be in their truth, you shouldn't be with them. When you meet somebody, you come as whole as possible. You should be healthier more than not. So if you set if you have real standards and you have real boundaries and you have consequences to it, because a lot of people will have boundaries, but they don't have no consequences, because they'll be like, well, why does he keep doing that? Why does she keep doing that? Right. If that was really one of your boundaries, you should have let her go a long time ago. So more than ever, I don't got time for that. That stuff is for people that had no home training when it comes to waiting. If you want to be in a good relationship, you got to put in the work. People want instant gratification. They want to be lazy. They want to take their time. Yes, I feel like there's some things that you're never going to know about people in time. But the things that we're talking about is the things that are unhealthy for the relationship. I don't want to find out 3 months later that you're batshit crazy. But if you tell me something personal that you hold dear to you, that's different. We got to know how to separate what's best for the relationship and what's worse for the relationship. So if you have bad habits and you're waiting because you're not comfortable, you know it's going to make me run away at the beginning, you're a manipulator. You're full of shit. And you should get everything. And I ain't going to, you know what? I'm not going to even say it because this is recorded. But I'll say it after he's done recording about this woman and her situation. But all I'm saying is she's still thinking like a little kid. What I'm listening to right now is a teenager talk. Nothing about what she said has anything about growth. She said she has an attitude problem. So you just said, if he says something to me and if I don't like it, I'm going to say something back. Imagine what that man went through. Now, the job is different because she didn't have a job while she was married. The other thing, she says she's super materialistic. And she's ghetto. So the things that she thought was cute was some ghetto ass shit. Like most black women, they think this long, dumb weave is cute. I don't know why. I would rather you have a little small fro than some stupid long ass hair that ain't yours. You waving it and shit like it's your hair. Shit looks weird. But yeah, she's a problem. And what's the thing that most men don't like? Attitude. So she presented her issue. One of my biggest issues is that I have an attitude. I don't know how to back down. But guess what? Ladies know how to back down. When a woman doesn't know how to back down, you might as well say you signed up to be miserable, fellas, because they ain't gonna know when to shut up. But that's it.
Well, brother, that's pretty much it on this. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put this out there. This is probably gonna be my last time doing Kendra G. You know what? I said probably because I know it's gonna be some other stuff, but I'm pretty much done when it comes to all these women with these extra baby mamas and stuff like that. But like I said, brothers, I only put this out there because I just wanted to show you the
I don't know
mentality
if
of
you're
a lot.
muted, so
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much it, brothers. I ain't got nothing else. That's it. Peace.